Okay, let me know when I can start.
You can start. You
All
can
right.
start.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the warm welcome. All right. So let's begin. So I was in a seminar, and in the seminar, I asked, the children there, and I asked the boys, in the next life, would you like to be born as girls? And they were all looking at each other. They didn't say anything. They were just laughing and they were not saying anything. So I asked the same question to the girls. In your next life, would you like to be born as boys? And many of them put their hand up spontaneously. Okay. Then another rapid fire question I asked them, that when you think of the word jealous, what comes to your mind? Many of them very candidly said two women fighting, two women, looking at each other, their dress, and, all of that. So even the stories of Cinderella, the story of Snow White, you see in all these stories, what's there? It's absent, dead, or passive mothers. And what's highlighted is evil stepmom and distant fathers. Narratives show that there's a void in maternal nurturing. And women are projected as competitive, jealous, cruel. So, my dear friends, welcome to the world of patriarchy. So, that is what our today's topic is. And I'm going to give you a little bit of glimpse of how patriarchy and what it does to us with the lens of TA. Yeah, sounds good? All right. So we'll begin quickly with what patriarchy means. Then we'll go on to what TA means. Then we'll look at the PAC model. What impact would patriarchy have on our behaviors? Some process scripts that are there. Some stories from our culture. Finally, we'll also look at some reformers who have tried to work on patriarchy. And let's then reflect on what we as individuals, as TA practitioners, can do about it. All right, so I hope the screen is clear.
Yes, it's clear. And Sulojana, in case there is a voice disturbance, I'll be muting everyone and kindly unmute yourself. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we have somebody having.
Sulojana, please unmute yourself. The moment I mute all, yours also will get muted. So please unmute yourself.
Yeah, thanks. All right, so patriarchy, as we see, it's a social system where men hold primary power in roles of leadership, authority, and control. So we know all of this. What does ego state mean? Is, it's parent, adult, child. Life positions are there, scripts are there, games and transaction. That's a core concept of TA. So let's quickly see how we can blend both of them together and see what comes out of it. Yeah, so Indian patriarchy as scripted behaviors. Girls, good girls don't speak up. Boys don't cry. So patriarchy is not only about girls. It's also about how a culture has groomed boys. Boys can't be emotional. Boys can't be vulnerable. Boys need to be strong. And your duty is to obey. So which ego state do we think patriarchy stems from? Anyone? You can just unmute yourself and tell us. It's very spontaneous. So let the free child come out. So which ego state do we think patriarchy stems from?
Parent.
Parent, very well done. So it's a critical parent. And when we look at a little bit deeper into that, we look at parent as a contaminated parent, because here again, the parent feels that he or she is right in what they're saying. Yeah, so it's more of a contamination coming in the parent. It's an internalized authoritarian voice. It reinforces rules without any questioning. So it doesn't even allow the child to question. Yeah. So what impact would this patriarchy have on other ego states? So this is a critical parent contamination. What would it have on the other ego states? Anyone? Yes, please. Everybody is like TA. We are all TA trained. So whatever comes to your mind. Yeah. Yes, somebody was saying something.
The child.
Yes. What about the child?
the parent ego state, I mean, the patriarchy reinforces the adapted child to take charge. I mean, that's what.
Absolutely. So it suppresses the free child. Yeah, it also suppresses the adult. The adult is not able to voice itself. So it's more of suppression of the natural child. Curiosity, spontaneity is curbed. There is reliance on the critical parent. So critical parent is always relied on. It's fear-based. So the entire culture is a fear-based culture, and because of which the adult is underdeveloped. So there's no autonomy, and rational decision making doesn't happen. And all of this, my dear friends, somewhere or the other is deep rooted into each family, because patriarchy is not new for our culture. Yeah. So there's judgment, fear, lack of autonomy, and joy, curiosity, spontaneity is suppressed. So let's look at some of the script messages in Indian patriarchy. Always obey the elders. Never question tradition. Until you marry, you are your father's or your parents' responsibility. After marriage, you belong to your husband's family. You almost made us proud. Just that, if you would have been a boy, it would have been, good. Like for example, when we went to do my mother's first year death anniversary, we went to the temple, and there is, we call it as pindadan, and they say that the girl is not allowed to do the pindadan. I was a little skeptical as to why. I did a little bit of research, and in Garuda Puran, it's mentioned that even the girls can do pindadan. But where has this come from that girls can't do it? This is again a part of our script of patriarchy. Open-ended. Who will take care of you if you don't marry? Hence, marriage becomes like the end goal for the girl. Yeah. So these are some script messages that are there in patriarchy. So let's look at some stories, illustrations from the Indian culture. We have Indian culture, we have Sita, we have Karna, we have Shakuntala, we have Draupadi. All of these have been part of the patriarchy. So Sita, let's look at the script injunctions. Don't feel, be perfect, don't express, stay strong. Ideal women are obedient, silent sufferers. Karna, even though he was a boy, don't belong, don't succeed, please others. Sacrifice is glorified over self-actualization. Draupadi, don't challenge men, don't be a child. Like, she was, whatever she went through was because she laughed. Yeah, so she was not allowed to be a child. Stay strong. Assertiveness allowed only within the boundaries. Shakuntala, don't demand, wait to be chosen. Drivers like try hard, stay strong. Silence and rejection becomes a virtue here. Kunti, don't feel too much. Don't tell truth. Be perfect. Again, stay strong. Guilt and sacrifice is valued in motherhood. Ahilya, don't speak. Don't be visible. Again, stay strong. Desires are demonized. Redemption through male grace. Yeah. So if you look at all these stories, what's coming out is that women are suppressed mostly. I mean, we're talking here about patriarchy, so the men. So whenever there is patriarchy, some of the ego state is suppressed. And to ensure that it is suppressed, another thing is given in that script of saying that stay strong, because we know that suppression is killing your free child. Hence, you need to stay strong. Yeah, look at the paradox, look at the irony, and look at the way beautifully this is coming across out. And staying strong, how much do you think people can stay strong? Men, women, whoever. Where is the vulnerability gone? Where is the free child? Where is the spontaneity gone? Where is the curiosity gone? And whenever that is done, again, the scripts come into play of, somebody has said something. Hence, as a society, we need to follow it. Yes, we also see, in Hindi, there is a word, there is a statement that is said, चार लोग क्या कहेंगे? Okay, like if you do this, what will the world say? Even when the parents, even when the caregivers know that it is not right, still they are still thinking of the societal norms that are there. Yeah, so somewhere the adult autonomy is so weak in our system itself. It's very weak in our system. We're not ready, don't have the courage to look at it rationally and say whether it's working or not working. You know, all these women, for that matter, if you look at any of these women, when you know, they can look at it as red flags. For example, where Shakuntala, she was, you know, the ring was lost, and she had to wait for her husband to realize that okay, she is his wife. That's a red flag. She's been waiting for years together. So these are some of the scriptures which have come down saying this is how women and this is how men need to behave. And this is a virtue. Actually, it is not a virtue, it's a suffering. Unknowingly, these things have been put across as virtues where we need to start looking at it with adult awareness whether what is happening. Is the free child still free, or under the garb of contamination of the parent, the free child is suffocated? Now, it's not that we have not done anything about it. If we look since 1800, yeah, look at these reformers. They've been doing their bit. They've been wanting to bring about those changes. So Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Syed Ahmad Khan. So if you look at all of them over the timeline, if you see, since 1800 onwards, people have been wanting to bring about this change because somewhere they have seen that this is not right. Even after that, we still see in India and in Mumbai, predominantly, in Marathi, we say that mulgi shikli pragati zali. Okay, a girl child is taught, which means there is progress. Why would it take us even now to have these kind of mottos written everywhere, behind the rickshaws, going to the parents and telling them that, okay, you have to teach your girl child? Why is it that parents are still telling the girl that, if you know your housework, you will be accepted in the family or you will have a good life? Why is it that a woman has to do everything like a goddess Durga with 10 hands, saying, okay, fine, I will do this, I will go and work, I will go and cook food, I will take care of the children, I will take care of their education, I will take care of the maid, I will take care of the finances, everything. So here again, these are some of the contaminations which we have been not even wanting to look at. As we say, it's over adaptability. So somewhere patriarchy has seeped into us, and even after 200 years, we still have progressed just a needle movement. We can't even say today that we are there, we have met there. So that's something that really made me wonder as to what's happening. Why is it that we are not able to break this script? And that's exactly what we learn in transaction analysis, isn't it? That it's very difficult to break scripts. When we talk about breaking scripts, it's taken for 200 years odd, and and it's taking us also the time to break scripts. Even in organizations, look at the male and the female. If a male is demanding, assertive, it's looked as an alpha male. Okay, वो तो वैसा ही है. He is like that only, and he's demanding, he's commanding, he's that alpha male. But if the same thing a woman does, She's termed as very aggressive, very bitchy, very bossy. Look at the stark difference between genders. So there's a lot of gender bias also that has seeped in. So how do we change it? What do we do when it comes to change? Is reparenting and healing from a TA perspective. We are all TA practitioners. We all can start that movement in our own households first, in our own community, in our own surrounding. Wherever we see this kind of a thing happening, we need to look at what we can do. Building nurturing parent and functional adult ego state. And somewhere I think this has started happening. Yes, where the adult ego state is functional, where parents have started telling their children, their girl child, that if it doesn't work for you, it's okay, come back. This kind of a script was never there 20-25 years back. A comeback script was very rare. Yeah, now parents have realized that it's not going to happen. Hence, it's okay to come back. Hence, a functional adult ego state that is being in the present moment. You know, just today I was watching a reel, and in that reel they showed that the girl's family have gone to visit the boy's family, and it is like a marriage proposal. What the boy's family is doing is they're looking at the girl, whether she has worn makeup, her hair, her clothes, all of that. And this was in Kolkata. And Kolkata, Mata Durga is very predominant there. The women are very predominant. And then the girl's family got very irritated. So what they did is they told the boy also to remove his clothes and see whether he's also okay. It was a very funny video, but it had some seriousness into it as to things are changing. Then is encouraging descripting, like you are allowed to make your own choices. That's something we need to start changing. And then is reclaiming joy and spontaneity, which patriarchy has actually ripped joy and spontaneity out of everything. There's a movie in Malayalam as well, and which is made into Hindi movie, that is Mrs. Movie. It's a very good example of patriarchy. Yeah. So parent is NP, autonomy, and joy, curiosity, and spontaneity is where now we are looking at when we're saying that somewhere we as TA practitioners can make about that change. Any thoughts on this so far? Because I'm going very fast on this, and we will, I don't want to eat into any time, because if it is simple to know, then no point in dragging it. So any points, any thoughts?
Loving it. I'm loving it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. So conclusion, we can conclude saying patriarchy thrives on our unconscious script messages. And TA offers powerful lens to analyze and challenge these scripts. Our empowerment begins with awareness and the choices that we make with autonomy, where the adult has been decommissioned to an extent when it comes to patriarchy. Yeah. So reflection questions to all of us right now, my dear friends, is what cultural scripts have shaped our identity? What is a cultural script? I can share my cultural script. Like we were 3 girls in the family. So I was the last one. So what my parents said is that, okay, last one, no more chances now. So she is going to be like a tomboy. All right. She is the boy of the house. So I had very short hair. I used to wear, all the kind of boy clothes. I used to play with boys. So that was my conditioning to an extent that I had more male friends than female friends. And when I realized that it's not working out, because core internally, I am a girl. Okay. So there was so much of confusion as a child. Imagine that parents want you to be like a boy, and you are like a female. So that is what had shaped my identity to a to a large extent. So, what is our cultural script that has shaped our identity? Each one of us, we can just start thinking about it. Which ego state dominates your decision? And how can we create a more adult driven, egalitarian culture? So, at least the last question we can start talking about. What do you think? After seeing all of this, what do you think? How can we create, as TA practitioners, a more adult driven culture? What can happen? What can we do? Anyone?
I think the men will also have to start supporting this movement.
Yeah, and if we look at the cultural reformers, if you see that slide, all have been men.
Correct. I noticed that. Yes.
Yeah, so men have definitely, you're absolutely right that to remove something, yeah, the critical parent has to bring about that change. Otherwise it becomes a very difficult, it then looks like feminism, and then there is a flavor. And if you also look at this, that women are also conditioned in such a way that we want to still be in that comfort zone of patriarchy. So the struggle, it's a long struggle. Yeah, so men are doing that. So one is, yes, men need to also look at it and bring about that change. Absolutely well said there. Yeah, so that consciousness in today's men also need to be able, and not men need not be in a passive aggression. When they see a woman thriving, the ego, as we say, of the men, it happens that, what's happening, somebody is going ahead of me. All of those need to be handled very sensitively also in a family. So these things, I'm biting the bullet, my dear friends, because this is how Indian culture is. Okay, let's face it, let's not be in denial. This happens because we're conditioned like that. Even for that matter, women don't want to outshine. I had my own injunction saying that don't be important, don't succeed. Yes, so we all have that. We all have to come beyond that. And yes,
Can
the
I share?
support of the men needs to be there.
Can I share my reflection?
Yes, please. Yes, Sunil.
Okay, so I was just remembering the way you had done that survey, with the girls about being a boy or girl like that. So Lata Mangeshkar in late 80s, I saw her video. Maybe I will share with you, where she says that she's talking about life, and in that she says.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Yeah. So in that she would not like to be a girl again in next life if there is a rebirth, in the.
Yes.
So it's a very, very someone at such a level of success and has that. So that really touched upon me. But at the same time, when I look at the society, is it really that it's still that patriarchy kind of society?
We can't hear you, Sunil. We couldn't get your question.
Which are happening. Can't you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, can you
Can't you
repeat
hear
your
me?
question? Yeah, can you repeat your question?
No, I was saying a reflection, my reflection. So I have not, but am I audible clearly?
No, you were not. That is why. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I talked about Lata Mangeshkar first.
Yeah, we
and
heard
now
about
I'm
Lata
saying,
Mangeshkar. Then you asked a
yeah,
question.
now I'm saying that a few days back at my home, when we had Ganpat festival, we had a nice singer, 75 years old lady. And she says that I would blame the girls, or women for the divorces which are happening mainly. Now that's again a thought provoking. And therefore, I think there must be clash of the scripts which must be leading to divorces and all that. So those kind of things, I think, need a lot of research, and TA practitioners can do a lot of research and also contribute very significantly. That's the reflection I wanted to share.
Right.
Because just going by that, the things have changed, is my feeling. But of course, it's in the parts. So it needs to be balanced. That's
Yeah.
my.
Absolutely. It needs to be balanced. Absolutely. I was also reading something where if we look at the Indian system, is where women were financially not independent, because of which a lot of things they suffered. And
Absolutely.
yeah. So women have been the ones who have been holding on the relationship. And now what's happening is things are changing. Yeah, and because things are changing, women are okay, because tabhi wo tha na, it was mostly like, what will the world say to the girl if she is divorced? There was a stigma attached to it. Now people don't want to even look at it. They're saying it's okay, whatever the world says, we don't care. Our peace and our happiness is more important. So that's the change that's happening. So yes, as you rightly said, Sunil, it is both need to come together. Very nice.
So,
Very,
Sulochana, yeah,
yeah.
absolutely great point. Adding on to what just Sunil just said, it's actually true that women who are trying to change the script, especially when I talk about my life in the corporate world, where I
Yeah.
work for a top company where the percentage of women to men is barely 30 to 70. That's a ratio in my corporate setup.
Right.
In this setup, when I try to change the script, when I show that courage,
Yeah.
I'm the one who has to bite the bullet and suffer the
Right.
most internally because it is very difficult. So even I'm sure Lata Mangeshkar has also gone through the same level of pain in achieving that success. Because
Right.
anyone who's trying to make it in this world, trying to change that script internally and trying to work with that patriarchy, it is very difficult, super difficult.
Yeah. Exactly. Very rightly pointed out. I can't see who was the speaker because, I have my screen shared. Can you please tell me your name?
Hi, I'm Ira.
Ira. Oh, hi, Ira. Hi. Okay, so absolutely very rightly said, Ira. So that's what as TA practitioners, we need to look at our surrounding first and see what's happening and bring about that change. And as rightly said by Sunil, I think that or somebody has said that men need to support. So we are on that journey, but we've not yet arrived there. Even after 200 years, it's a jarring number. 200 years and we are still talking about patriarchy. Look at it as to how it has seeped into our system. Yeah, it's not at all funny. So my final question to all of us is, what is the opposite of patriarchy?
Matriarchy?
Okay, matriarchy, all right.
Feminism.
I
Feminism.
think it should be equality.
Okay, who said that?
Nisha.
Nisha, all right, Nisha, 1 out of appreciation. And that's exactly what we are looking at. No matriarchy, no feminism, because then there again, poles apart. What is the difference between patriarchy and matriarchy? Then it's a fight. It's going to be always a fight. So we are saying that I am okay, you are okay. Respect, dignity, and self-worth, where we're talking about equality. Okay, let's respect each other for what we are, what we are born. Why should a woman leave her identity after she is married? I mean, she has been carrying her identity for whatever 20-25 years, and then you're saying that, okay, now forget what you were, now you're something else. Imagine this happening to the other gender. What would have happened? Yeah. So, and women have been taking all of this for so many years. Yeah. So yes, exactly what we are looking at is equality. When we look at Ardhanareshwar or the yin and the yang, it's all there in our scriptures. Okay, it all speaks about balance. It can't be lopsided. It can't be, what we are doing is we are also talking about the institute of marriage. And there are people who are saying that the institute of marriage should be banished because it's not working. The new generation, they don't think it is working. Hence, there are so many relationships, situationship, and God knows what all relationships have come out because they don't believe in the institute of marriage. Why don't they believe in the institute of marriage? Is because there is inequality. And when there is inequality, if one of the partner is feeling suppressed, one is in that victim zone and the other in the persecutor zone, how will it ever function? Marriage can't function as partnership. So if there are two partners coming in a business, it can't be one is superior to the other. Both are equal. Hence, they came into the relationship. And that is what is missing in the marriages. The respect, the dignity, the self-worth, the motivation, the bringing each other up and not pulling each other down, not feeling jealous about each other. All of that needs to be washed off relationship. So that was my bit on patriarchy, my dear friends. I think there are some thoughts that we go back with and see as to how we can make this world a little better with the understanding of TA and implementing TA structures or TA learnings into our life with the objective of ensuring that people finally are happy and are peaceful. So that's about it, Rasika. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to bring this to the table.